Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. I'm Astro Recluse, and today I'm going to talk about how you can be better in the Little Bird. This also applies to the Apache. And it's gonna be a bit of a short video, but stick around until the end. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Let's get into it. So first things first. A lot of people you see putting guides out will tell you to turn on inverted helicopter pitch. Now, you can do that if you want, but you don't have to. I have it off because it was going to take a bit of getting used to, and I didn't want to relearn some controls. Plus, I don't really think it makes you any better. Now, on screen, you will see my IRL hands. I'm going to show you how to actually fly the Little Bird and which joysticks do what. Okay, so first I'll show you with the right controller you can take off and land, moving your joystick up or down. Then with the left, if you move it left or right, you can move the helicopter sideways, left or right. Then with the right again, you can actually turn the helicopter, moving the joystick left or right. Now, I'm going to show you in VR. To get in and out of the helicopter, it's the right joystick. Press the right joystick in. Once you're in, it's again your right joystick to go up and down. Move your left joystick left and right to go sideways. And then move your right joystick left and right to turn around. Now, put it all together, and you'll fly something like this, eventually. And feel free to go as high or as low as you want, whether you feel comfortable going however high you want. I go really, really low on certain maps because I don't want talons locking onto me immediately. But don't do the stuff you see going under the bridge and stuff I just did. Don't do that super early, because you will more than likely crash. Now that one was an easy one. Going under the bridge is pretty easy, but I wouldn't recommend it. You would need at least a couple hours of training, to be honest. Now, what makes you better than everyone else is learning how to outrun rockets and make good use of your flares. Now, all of that is pretty easy. I'm also telling you that you can turn on inverted helicopter pitch if you want, but I don't personally have it on. I also have a recorded game up on YouTube where I believe I dropped 34 kills just in the Little Bird. It's not too good, but it's not the worst either. That one was one of my off days. I usually drop around 40 kills in the Little Bird, which is pretty average for someone who's good with it. Now, what you want to do is completely ignore your teammates, maybe even mute them all, because all they're gonna say is, God, you're so bad, or don't touch the Little Bird, you're terrible, something along those lines, when all you're trying to do is learn to fly it. Well, at least it happened to me. I'm not sure if it happens to anyone else. Once you learn to fly it, you won't worry too much about getting too low and accidentally crashing. You just have to know when to pull up, and you'll be fine. When you finally master flying, it's time to master your shooting. You might want to get low for this at first, but doing so will make it easier for the enemy to shoot you out of the Little Bird or Apache. That said, if you can kill them faster than they can kill you, you'll be just fine. Getting low is really just for starting off, so you can get used to shooting. Just make sure not to crash and always try to burst fire, because it'll take longer for the gun to cool down when it overheats. Now, let's talk about flares. Flares will always be your left trigger. Press it and flares will drop down, which missiles will lock onto instead of you. Flares take about a minute to regen and are very useful. What I see most, especially when I'm doing really good in the little bird and the enemy team really wants me out of the sky, is that they'll have multiple engineers with assaults next to them, just resupplying them constantly with ammo. I've seen up to 8 engineers on their team one time. So the second you hear one missile, try to turn around, run the other way. Use your flares the first time, but then you gotta really just run away from the second one, because it'll be about 5 seconds apart, maybe less. And if you're on Paradise, just hover behind your HQ so they won't keep on locking onto you. Also note that the Talon, or Javelin, whatever you want to call it, is a 2-shot kill to the Apache, Little Bird, and Big Bird. So are the missiles from the anti-air tank, although it does have 2 missiles that it can shoot at a time, and it's really kind of annoying. Regular RPGs and tanks can one-shot any of the choppers, so be careful with how low you get. Try to look for them, because you won't hear them locking on. With that in mind, on Iceland, always try to fly high enough so tanks can't shoot you out of the sky, but low enough so you can practice your aim a bit more. On Siberia Conquest, you can fly high or low, but the anti-air is always a pain. Actually, it's a pain on every map. On Siberia Rush, you might want to fly a bit higher so you can deploy and make good use of your flares. On Paradise, I try to fly low and fast. Low so the hills block me from getting locked onto by the Talon, and fast so regular RPGs have trouble lining up a shot, and so tanks can't get me. On Goddamn, hold on one second.
Oh, would you look at that? You can use code ASTRAL at checkout for 10% off your order on Skull VR. Anyway,
Mauritania. Mauritania.
On Mauritania, in the second sector, you get the Little Bird. When you do, you can fly a little low, then retreat back up when you get hit with one Talon and repair. Remember to always be an engineer or have an engineer with you to constantly repair. It'll take longer to repair yourself since they nerfed it, but you can still do it. And with that being said, if you've mastered all those things, you're ready for the final thing. That final thing is doing tricks in the sky, or just doing cool stuff, like going under the pipes on Iceland, or things like that, which I'm still trying to get better at. None of that is necessary, it's just cool to do and at the end of a game. So learn your backflips and barrel rolls, and if you made it this far in the video, I do have a pro tip for you. If you see a Talon heading for you, don't try to dodge it. Don't try to turn around and outrun it. Just take it head on and move slightly up, as shown in this clip.
The tiny thing. Fire missiles! Bro!
What?
Look at the helicopter!
Note that this does not work with the regular RPGs. It does, however, work with the Talon and the anti-air tank, as you've just seen. And with that, that's going to be the end of this video. I hope you all did enjoy. if you did enjoy and would like to see more ForeFront content from me, please like and subscribe, and also click on the video on the top left screen. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out, and I hope to see you all on the ForeFront.